hello everyone. My name is Pritam and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that every video could be reached to you through notification. And in this video, as far as the title, you could understand that what we are going to discuss. But still, I would like to tell you that we would be talking about the MS application journey and admission in TU Munich for master degree. Okay, so I have here Vikas, and he will be sharing his experiences in this video. And as you all know that TU Munich is a highly demanded university for Indians. If I talk about the German universities only, okay. So there are various criteria by which you could get the admission there, but obviously there is not any specific profile criteria like that. But there are some few specific things which you need to follow, or which you need to focus on, so that it would be very easy for you to get the admission there. Okay, so we will be trying to explore those things. Vikas will be sharing, and so if you want to know about all these things, please do watch the video till the end, because in every part of the video we will be discussing about different things. Everything will be in the timestamps, so don't worry. And if you like this video, definitely like the video and let us know through comments below if you have any doubt, and share this video with your friends. Okay, so without wasting that time, let's start the video. So yeah, first of all, please Vikas, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Vikas. So I graduated with a dual degree in aerospace engineering from IIT Bombay. So basically 5 years you finish your BTech and MTech together. Since then, I've been working with a company called Eaton Technologies as an aerospace engineer. And now I'm going to shift to TU Munich for my second master's. So that is my brief profile.
So before going to your MS application journey, I would like to explore about your bachelor's and master's courses during your IIT Bombay journey. So please tell us about that. Means in these 5 years, what are the things you have done? What you are having in your profile and all? What are the things you have accomplished? Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first 1 year, we have those general basic subjects which are common to the entire institute, like maths, differential calculus, electricity and magnetism, etc., etc. In the second year, we've had very basic courses for aerospace engineering, like structural mechanics, fluid mechanics, and then we had aerospace and fluid mechanics relevant to aerospace industry. In my third year, that is where my journey has actually started with. I've done a project with one of my professors, which included simulation of flows over aircrafts and their wings in ANSYS Fluent. That is where I had my interest peaked in computational sciences and relevant applications. And after that, in my fourth year, I've done another project with the same professor in computational electromagnetics, where we had to minimize the radar cross section of aircraft wings. And since then, I've never looked back. I've done multiple courses involving computational sciences. Mainly, my focus was on computational fluid dynamics. So I've done basic CFD, Gallatin methods, numerical programming, numerical methods, particle methods for fluid dynamics, conservation equations, etc., etc. And after that, so as I mentioned, mine is a dual degree. I finished my MTech also. So as my MTech thesis, I worked with a different professor where we used to. That was my second exposure to programming. I was involved in building a functionality in a tool which is already existing, which is called PySPH. You can look it up if required. But yeah, that is how my journey at IIT Bombay was. So after that, I've joined a company called Eaton Technologies, and I was working as an aerospace systems engineer. So that is a little different what my goal was as a computational engineer, or someone who wants to do research in computational sciences. But that was a good journey. Worked with Eaton also for 3 years. But somewhere midway, I've understood that the corporate journey is not for me, and I want to shift. And that is when I decided to shift. And I've written my GRE and TOEFL in 2019 when I decided to shift. But then after writing those exams before going ahead with applications, COVID hit. So I had taken a break of a year for the applications, and I've applied to that. So that is the overview of mine.
Okay. Let me ask you one thing, that as you have told that you have learned some programming languages and the project was based on the programming. So can you please tell us that what are the programming languages you have gone through during your IIT Bombay journey?
Yeah, okay. So that is going to be a little, okay, fine. Let me put it in a perspective. In my first year of college, we have this basic computer programming course. I'm sure if every college. So there I've learned a little bit of C++. I am really sad that I couldn't continue my learning in C++ because C++ is one of the language which is in high demand always. But nevertheless, in my third year, second semester, for a basic basic CFD course, I started learning Python, and ever since then, I've been involved with Python itself significantly. But after my third year, I've done an internship with a company called Tripura. Over there, I've had a very little exposure to Fortran. I am not sure if I remember anything right now, but I've had a little exposure to there. And after that, all the programming I've ever done was in Python. And in my work at Eton, during my work at Eton, I worked with MATLAB and Simulink. It isn't exactly considered programming there. It's still some sort of algorithm making and writing some small scripts to perform those calculations. So for computational sciences perspective, MATLAB and Simulink would work for you also.
Okay, so let's talk about your GRE and TOEFL score. As you have told me that you have gone through the GRE and TOEFL. So tell us about that. Means in which year you have given that, and how many months or days you have prepared for them, and what are the scores and all. So please tell us about that.
Yeah. So when I decided to apply, that is when I started with these exams. For Germany specifically, there's not a compulsory requirement for GRE at least, but some universities ask for it. And there are exemptions, obviously, but it's always better to have a good score which will boost your profile. So I started preparing for GRE. It took me a month with daily 1 hour preparation to write GRE. I have attempted GRE with that, and I've scored 324 out of 340. Yeah, and out of which 169 was of quant and 155 of verbal. And my AWS score was 4.0 out of 6. So that is my GRE. And after GRE, so your GRE, the prep which you do for GRE generally helps you for your TOEFL also. So I didn't want to have a big gap between my GRE and TOEFL. So I given TOEFL again within a month. My TOEFL scores aren't that great, but they will work for German applications at least. So in my TOEFL, I've scored 24 for reading, 26 for listening, 24 for speaking, and 28 for writing. That sums up to 102 out of 120. So those were the scores. And TOEFL expires in 2 years, so you have to be careful that you write it at an optimal time. That your applications are not later than 2 years.
Yeah.
GRE is fine because GRE is valid for 5 years, so that is okay.
Okay. So it's been really nice that you are having a very fantastic score in GRE. Obviously, it's really tremendous. 324 is not a matter of joke. Means no, not everyone gets that, right? And TOEFL also is very nice. But I would like to know about the means, as you have told me that you got the means TU Munich in 2021 fall session. But as far as I know you got means TU Ilmenau for the RCSE course for the fall in the fall session in 2020. So let's discuss about that first of all. That what are the universities you have applied, which domains and all, and how did you got the admission there? What was the thing happened in TU Ilmenau? Please tell us about the entire journey, and let's after that, guys, we will be talking about that. So be patient, and obviously you will have to know a lot of things. Means very informative thing. That's why I'm discussing. Okay, with him. So don't worry. After that, we will be going through there. Okay. So now, yeah, Vikas, please tell us about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, my work is in computational sciences and the field of computational sciences. But the degree which I've gotten from IIT Bombay, it shows a degree from aerospace engineering. So as someone who's aspiring to do my research in the future in computational sciences or fields related to that, it is required for me to switch field. And so that is why I've applied for masters in Germany. And there I wanted to be sure that the field switch is possible. So I first tried it with the research in computer sciences and systems engineering at TU Ilmenau, because there my profile matches decently enough because I've had experience with programming and coding. And at Eton, my profile was of aerospace systems engineer. So the systems part there and the programming was helpful for me. I've applied at TU Ilmenau with that, and they were happy with the profile, but they wanted to take an interview to be sure that I'm familiar with the computer sciences aspects. So they've given me, I think, around 3 to 4 weeks of preparation for the interview, and they've asked me to prepare. They've given a list of topics which they will be asking about, and asked me to prepare for that. And I've gone to the interview. In the interview, the first point they asked is why this course. So that was my moment to explain them why I'm shifting fields and everything. So I've said the same thing. Like I have my experience in computational sciences, and now I want to do my research rather than in aerospace engineering in those fields. And I already have the experience of systems engineer, so I'll be fitting in the profile, and I want to continue that. And they were happy with that. They've given me an admit for masters there. But unfortunately, I couldn't go there because in 2020, you know how the situation was in India. So, and with TUL now, the good thing is that the admit letter which they provide automatically is valid for the next year also. You don't need to defer separately. So I didn't go there. I was keeping it for my next year. Along with that, I've applied for Masters in Computer Sciences at Saarland University for the summer semester 2021. So there also, my motivation letter was helpful for the same, in a similar way. I've got an admit there also, luckily. So people say it's generally tough to switch fields in Germany. I would like to disagree with my experience at least there. So I've gotten into Master in Computer Sciences at Saarland also. And then even that I've deferred to winter semester 2021. So when I've seen that I'm able to do this, I wanted to, like, I was thinking, why not aim for a better university? Why not aim for the best rather? So then done my research in the top TU 9s first for computational sciences, which fits my profile even better rather than computer sciences. So I found out which universities are offering my course, the course which I want in English, because my German is at level of A2 with the certificate and at level of B1 without a certificate. So that wouldn't be really appropriate for me to go and attend a German taught program because it would be tough for me. So I was searching for the English taught programs, and I found some in there was TUM, which I've gotten into right now. There's TU Braunschweig. There is RWTH Aachen. Course name is different there. And then there is University of Stuttgart. There is FAU Erlangen. There is University of Beirut. There is Ruhr Bochum University. And I think that is all as of now, as far as I remember. So these were the universities for which I mainly applied to, and I've gotten into UM.
So in this way, you got TU Munich, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what are the means? Obviously, there is a must question. Obviously, there are many things like everyone thinks that. So first of all, let me clear to you guys that a German university doesn't have any ranking. Means you can't rank them that this university is the best and all. Means you can't. Everywhere the education system is superb. Means everywhere. If it is a technical university or a university, then obviously every university would be great. Means you can tell that yeah, this university would be great. Means be blind and you can tell that okay, that's cool. But why TU Munich is so much demandable? Because the international exposure there, and obviously the funding and all, there are various things which is very good at that university. That's why it has a lot of attraction for foreigner students. Okay, so that is the thing. But obviously, as I have said in the earlier at the beginning part of the video, that there is nothing like specific thing. So I would like to ask you, Vikas, that what do you think, what are the key points which made you successful to get the admission at that university?
Yeah, so let me be clear. It's not, I mean, you can't really fit into a university as such. It would rather be the program the university is offering, right? So, for example, I'll give you an example. Like at the TU Munich itself, you have two courses, one being the computer sciences and engineering, and the second being the computational mechanics. So I was fine with both of the courses, and I've applied for the computational science and engineering and the computational mechanics. I got into the computational sciences and engineering, but I couldn't get into computational mechanics.
Okay.
So it is highly dependent on what your profile is, and if the institute feels that you're going to fit into their profile well enough. right? So the first and most important thing, which I think you'll be checking, is your bachelor's program where and the courses you've done there. So the modules which they want, if you already done them or not. So I think that is where my biggest plus point was. Even though I'm from aerospace engineering, as I mentioned, I've done enough modules for computational sciences, mainly in fluid dynamics, but still, I have my computational sciences exposure significantly, and I also have a master's thesis in the same field, so that adds to the additional module. And apart from that, my work experience has been as an even though I was a systems engineer, mainly it was computational modeling and simulations.
And
So that
programming
was
based,
also
obviously. So yeah.
yeah, that was also pretty helpful. And apart from that, for a master's program, I think it's mainly TU Munich. They will be looking at your grades also because it is at higher demand. And so for TU Munich, for my program, they'll give you a sheet to fill where you have to put around 2/3 of your courses, like 2/3 of your credits which you've done, and they calculate a separate grade for that, along with the grade which UniSS calculates. So the grade which UniSS calculated for me was 2.0, and the grade which I got from that sheet with the courses relevant to computational sciences was 1.7. So for a master's degree, 1.7 is a pretty decent grade if you ask me. For the and as it is relevant to the modules which they are actually looking for, so that added as a plus point. And the next point being your SOP. There you mention what you're for and everything. So there you mention what you've done and how it aligns with your interest and what you're going to do next. Me being someone who wants to do my own research as a either as academic research or as an industrial research. So there I put my thing basically why, even though I already have one master's, why am I doing a second master's? So I put that over there, and I think my SOP was pretty good. So that was one other thing. The
Although
next
it is
thing
not a
is
mandatory thing, like the SOP is not a mandatory thing in
uh,
every university, but if you
so no
could,
TU Munich. So it depends on the university to
yeah,
university and the program to program.
yeah.
So the TU Munich will ask you for an SOP definitely. So that is a compulsory document.
Yeah, but means I was saying that means in any university, I'm just for the audience to letting you know that means if your university is not asking for SOP, but if you want to give a good SOP, if you could give a good SOP, obviously it will have a lot of impact. Obviously, means they will look into it. Any document which you would be uploading in the other document uploading section, okay, as it is not mandatory, so obviously it won't be having any other column for SOP, so you have to upload it in the other document section. So if you could upload that, and obviously they will go through that, it's not like that they will ignore it, it's not like that. So you should upload if you have a good means if you have a valid thing to express about yourself. So obviously definitely do that, because he told me that in TU Ilmenau also you have uploaded the SOP. So that's why I
Yep,
think that
yep,
I should say that. Yeah. And another
yep,
thing is
yep.
because obviously I should ask that means when did you prepare for the German language courses, means as you have told that. So please tell us about that.
Yeah.
Means
So
many people would be having some doubt that means after while doing BTech, it's a lot of pressure during BTech, obviously, and IIT, obviously that would be so much pressure and working time also. So when did you get the extra time? Means how did you manage the time for learning German?
so once I've decided I was applying for Germany, even though my courses were in English, I wanted to learn some German because I want my life to be peaceful there. I
Yeah.
don't want to be that international who's not ready to inculcate and integrate with their culture. So I've decided to learn there, and then as I was a working professional, I don't have much time on weekdays. So I searched for courses, German courses, online on weekends because it was COVID time and everything. So I started
Yeah.
learning in November of 2020, if I remember it right. Yeah, November. No, sorry, no, it was really. I yeah, I think it is somewhere around September, October of 2020, and there I've started with my level A1, and I've learned until level B1 now, but I've given both the A1 and A2 exams. My A2 exam was in February 2021. I've written 2020 A2 there and cleared. But B1 being that one jump of language there, so there are a lot of extra vocabularies which you learn in B1 level, and the course itself has gone so long right now. I don't have time to give B1 exam. But to anyone applying for German universities, I would really suggest you learn as much German as possible here in India before you go there. And even though your course is in English, learn as much German as possible. That would be very helpful.
Okay. So thank you so much, Vikas, for sharing these wonderful informations about your own journey. And I wish you all the best. Have a safe flight, and obviously, have a great life there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming into my channel. And guys, if you really like this video, definitely press the like button, and definitely do subscribe the channel also, because if you don't support me, then obviously it will demotivate me. Yeah. So keep supporting, so that I could be more motivated, and I could be uploading more stories, more informational videos about foreign education system and so on in my channel. Please go through the other playlist also. So yeah, so this much for today, and see you on the next video.